Number 6, joined in the booth right now with Swaggy C and Bailey. You guys, also known as Swaley on social media.
That's a great. You have a couple nicknames.
Yeah, we got a good one.
That's how you know you've made it when you get a couple nicknames, right?
What would it be? Baggy? Baggy?
No, that was the other one.
CBS
We were like,
wanted us to be baggy.
absolutely not.
CBS wanted us to be baggy.
Wait, CBS wanted you to be what?
He was not doing
All right, hold on, guys. Before we get too into that, in case you guys don't know who Swaggy C and Bailey are, so they're from the reality show Big Brother on CBS. They've also hosted on Love Island. You guys have seen them on, E and all kinds of other things. So, guys, give me your social handle so they can follow you on social.
I'm Day with two
Swaggy
Y's.
Swaggy CTV. Simple everywhere.
So
Follow me, I'm lit.
these two played on Big Brother. So now, wait, you said CBS wanted you to be baggy?
Yeah, they
Like when we
pushed
had our
for
first
it.
kiss, like they'll bring us in like the confessional in DR. Like, all right, your name is Baggy. I'm like, no, it's
That's a
Swaley.
terrible name.
Terrible.
I corrected them really quick.
Yeah, she
Gave
corrected
the
them.
spelling,
She said
absolutely not.
SWAY.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even imagine, like, who was the person who, like, tried to get that
No,
past?
they
They were like,
tried.
hey,
They tried.
your couple
That
name
was rude.
is Baggy.
Yeah.
So they didn't even ask.
No, they tried to
didn't
label
suggest.
us.
They tried to label it.
They literally just were giving us a name, and I'm
And
like,
then-
whoever thought of that was throwing shade.
And then on top of that, like we're in a house for like 100 days with no phone or anything. So like when people calling us baggy, we can't go on social media and like change it.
Yeah,
you can't do that. Like you know what I mean?
Right. You
So-
just had to take it.
So for the people out there who don't know, 'cause, there's a lot of people that love reality TV, but like have never had the opportunity, will probably never get the opportunity.
Yeah.
For someone who's been in a house, been sequestered, been without your phone, been without social media, any kind of distractions. Number one question everyone wants to know. I was in a showmance on my show, so people always have questions about showmances. My question is, can someone really fall in love on reality TV as quickly as it seems?
In my opinion, 100%. Like especially with the
You
circumstances.
better say it, honey.
I'm just saying. Given the circumstances.
You have me sweating.
You gotta realize, like, given the circumstances we got, we don't have our phone for 100 days. We don't have social media. We don't have access to our families. All we have is like the person next to us for 100 days. That's it. Like 24/7. So like by day 3, you're already sleeping with no makeup on, using the bathroom. There's only one bathroom in the whole house.
Yeah.
What?
One bathroom,
and it doesn't
16
lock.
people.
It doesn't lock. So it's
I
like
already know his habits. I know what he grinds his teeth at night.
you know,
Like,
actually know
saw it
everything
all.
by day 3. So
Yeah.
like it's easy. Like it's like 1 week in the house. We say it's like 2-3 months in the real world because 24/7. You go on a date with a girl in the real world, 1 hour. We're together 24 hours. Nothing else to do but talk. We don't have a book. We don't have a paper. Like nothing.
So like I've told Dion this exact same thing. Like when I first got off the show, I tried to explain to people. They're like, "Yo,"
I don't understand.
they're like, "I don't know how you
You don't
fell in
get it.
love in like a week and a half." And I'm like,
No, but
I'm like, when you go on a date with someone in the real world, you spend like 4 hours together.
Yeah.
And then maybe
That's it.
4 days later, you see them for another 4 hours.
You have
On
time
the
to
show, you
process,
see
though.
somebody for 24 hours, weeks in a row.
And the house is not that like this place is probably bigger than the house. Like
And if the other people were unpleasant, like we had no choice but to hang out with each other all day, every day, because we didn't want to talk to anybody else. So
yeah,
That's true. So, anyway, guys, we got Bailey as our on-field reporter hanging out here in the GGL. And, of course, we had Swaggy C come through. We're about to get into the action of the next game. These guys are getting set up. The game that you guys have been waiting for. We got Dan Rue and EA versus... JC and Shelton.
Come on, man.
JC
Why are
and
you
Shelton.
doing that to me? This was on his side.
Guys, the most hyped game of the first round is about to be underway. Guys, this is GGL number 6. Once again, big shout out to Swaggy C and Bailey for coming through. Thank you, guys. Guys, welcome back. This matchup is going to be underway. Dan Rue and EA versus Shelton and JC.
Shelton JC, I was ready this time.
Kickoff is happening right now. Let's check in on this action.
All right, this is the one that should be close here. These two teams are relatively evenly matched, and in our first 3 games, they were pretty big blowouts. So we don't exactly know where the power level of those teams are.
I
so excited
expect
to see
a
this one.
much closer game this time.
There,
Hey, we were like in the field for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
on the stands.
All right, so we're seeing the first appearance of Dancing Dan Rue on the sticks. Everybody knows him on Instagram for his dancing videos. Not many people know that he is an avid video game player.
He's huge on game, and it's showing
Oh.
off early.
Oh, the spin.
Everyone been using the Gale Sayers recently.
You know, it's become a big move. It's become a big move. That's like Sweetness was big in 19.
Yep.
A lot of people using Sweetness. A lot of people using Bo Jackson now. Oh, that's a big hole.
Oh, God.
You know, you break that second juke and you might take that one to the house.
Yeah, Dan, Dan doing a solid job. I assume he's the one that's calling plays here. Yeah, there it is, Dan Rue. We live.
Live.
He's the one that's running this offense, doing the audibles, depending on who takes the snap here, which player is being controlled. Yeah, he's the one running the ball as well.
Picking up the first big juke. That really sets up for the passing game.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he's not using any of the truck sticks. He's using the jukes here, right? Every time it's a juke step, it's owed to
Now,
his
is it
dancing
better
moves.
if you get hit? Is it better to have juked your opponent than to have attempted to truck him?
You know what? Whatever works.
I was like,
think whatever
I
works.
meant, what's more likely to cause a fumble?
Oh, I think it's when you're juking. I think if you juke and get truck stick, that's worse than trying to truck stick and you get hit stick. Right? I think that's an equal exchange there.
Gotcha.
Now look at this. Pretty flat defense here. An opportunity to take a shot. 2nd and 16. Oh,
Mahomes, all kinds of time to throw.
look at the
Gotta
click
bring
on.
it down. Nice catch.
Yeah, again, you can see the click on right there. Switches to Kelsey at the last second, able to pick that one up. Easy catch.
Now, here's the thing. I expect a lot from Shelton and JC. These are two players that have gone to the finals before, and two players who've also been beaten by Dog in the finals, but who've gone to the finals. So, I expect some pretty good defense between these two.
Yeah, I think it can go back and forth here. Again, I'd say it just depends. It depends on how big the first couple hits go, right? We've seen just snowballs. Games snowball out of control. You got to prevent that if you're Sheldon and JC.
Oh, look at that. Just finding the hole. Not a lot of yards picked up there, but, you get past that tackle, and you're going to the house.
And I think that's why we're seeing some runs to the side for big losses, because you're looking for that one opportunity to break it through. 3rd and 7, though. This might be a little too big to go for it on 4, so get some yards here.
Little
Or the
team
front.
talk between Dan Rue and EA. Oh, you see that? JC wanted that one.
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't familiar with JC's got B-A-R's.
JC's
Got bars.
JC's got bars.
He's got bars.
He almost housed that one.
No, look at this. They're going to go for the field goal. Very early. This might be the earliest we've seen a field goal.
Ooh. It's a little wide.
Oh! Rejected! Oh. What's happening here?
I don't know, man. I think this might be the first drive we've seen someone not score, other than Snoop's drive.
Deacon, do you remember the movie 300?
Are you dating me? No. Okay, no. 300. Got it.
Got 300?
Yeah.
And you remember that scene where they throw the spear, and then he's basically like, you missed? And then he's like, my point was to prove that gods could bleed.
Xerxes.
Yeah. Right there. Dan Rue, who has been, you saw how the crowd reacted to that.
Yeah.
The moment that field goal was missed, they erupted, but not in a good way. They erupted because they're like, wait a minute, there's a chance.
There's a
chance. $10,000 on the line. It's a lot of pressure for everybody here.
Interesting. They've been going back and forth here, trying to figure out what their game plan is. Because again, this time EA is controlling the defense compared to Dan controlling the offense. So want to make sure they're on the same page for this next play. It's uncovered there. A is uncovered. There it is. You can see it's just a mind game. Oh.
Nicely going up the middle, though. Decided to pick up a few.
That's one of those where if he breaks that tackle, there's nobody there. Again, it's a very aggressive defensive setup.
It's a lot of ifs there, though.
It's one tackle away. Here we go. That's a bad job of following the hole.
It's one tackle away. It's one reception away. It's it's always one play away. But one play away, you know how much money that leaves you with today? Nothing. One play away keeps $10,000 out of your bank account.
So it's winner takes all. There's no
prize for second
third
place.
whatever.
With that kind of money on the line, there is no prize for second place. Prize for second place, you get some of those Weed At wings.
Which are pretty good.
And we'll hook you up with some. We got a nice little Steve CBD oil, little blueberry.
Oh no.
Give you some of these drops. That's second place right there.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Steves. Sack on that last play. Mahomes not able to get away. Coverage too good, and the defensive struggle continues.
All right, so right now they're talking to each other. They're saying, hey, we got plenty of time. Still no score. You got time to make adjustments. You know, these last 17 seconds in the first quarter, they're going to take off relatively quickly, but no damage has been done on either side.
Yeah, these two teams have ran the ball a lot, and that last game dragged on for such a long time because both teams wanted to chuck it every single time. Here we're trying to find a dominant line as first play pass. Uh-oh, he's open.
Dan Rue launching it downfield. EA there. You hear the frustration on the other side. Sheldon and JC quickly find themselves down by 7 in 7 seconds.
It's frustrating because you held them for such a long time. Things were looking good, and then just one big play changes everything. All that hard work being wasted.
Dion, so what does that do for the mentality of a player to do such a good job for so long and then so quickly see everything fall apart?
I think these two guys are vets here in the form of JC and Shelton, so they're able to take it right in the chin and bounce right back, right? I think a lot of other players might actually, start feeling the pressure. They might start throwing the ball way more than what they normally would. But you really got to just stick to whatever you're stick to whatever your game plan.
I mean, it's early on. You're only down by 1 possession, so.
Good catch there, Marvin Harrison on the
I think
out.
of about 8. Nice 2nd and 2 position. See, if you can just start chipping your way down the field, it's not one touchdown's not bad.
Right.
So, right now.
And remember, they had to stop. So they get the ball in the second half no matter what. So JC and Shelton, you missed your opportunity to get points off of a stop, and you let them score on the next possession. But you still have the ball, you have control of the clock, and you get the ball in the second half. They're still in a good spot.
So, I mean, realistically, if we can see them score here, you potentially have the time to see a 2-possession swing.
Yep, absolutely. Get that snap off here.
Oh, that hole in the middle is just not there.
It's not, but it did its job, right? Get the first down. You just needed 2. That's all you got. And I feel like abandoning the run it's always a scary thing to do.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm not saying leave the run behind. I'm just saying the hole that they're looking for, you got to wonder at this point, after calling 20-some-odd plays, if it wasn't there the first 20 times, it's probably never going to be there.
Yeah. Clock. There we go. Clock rolling. We're waiting for the defense to select their play. Shotgun.
Oh, almost a huge
Hey!
sack. Nice catch there, though. Able to pick up the first down, bringing it down. All right, so now, like I said, they're chipping their way down the field, picking up some ground.
That's a weird animation, but good animation. Exactly what you're saying, right? They didn't rattle. We're wondering what was going to happen after that big play. Nothing. Just clockwork. That's what football is, and JC and Shelton now moving with another first down.
Seeing the control there in the backfield, you got to wonder, at this point, are they going to blitz? No.
No. Man, that hole was right there again. Every time it's so close to possibly breaking open, and just look at that. Even the cameraman got faked out there.
I feel like that's just the design of that play. I feel like it makes it seem like, hey, there's a hole here. You should move this way. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, we're also seeing the Marcus Allen card. We're not seeing the Bo Jackson card. We're not seeing Todd Gurley, so slightly a step slower maybe.
Now, here's the thing. You got to ask yourself, is the reason that we're not seeing the Bo Jackson card because these guys haven't invested the time that it would take to earn that card? When you're talking a player of, Snoop Dogg's caliber who plays every day for, the better part of probably 8 hours.
Yep.
That's a lot of time to invest to be able to, unlock those cards versus some of these guys I heard didn't even practice before this tournament.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it, as we saw Stephon Gilmore with the big play there. But, another one.
Nice
It's the same play.
Just short of a first down.
What do you do here?
What are you doing, a 4th and 2 situation when you're already down by 7?
Yeah, but your defense is playing good except one play.
Well, I mean, to take it back to what you said, Dion, you said, hey, you only need 2, right? So, I mean, if you're that reliant on your run game, you should be able to get 2 yards here.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for it. Big decision here in the game. And, again, this is a close one. They get the ball back in the second half.
So you got to ask yourself, is 2.5 minutes enough time for your opponent to score again?
Quick timeout.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to put your opponent in a position where they can go up by 2 possessions, so that way when you get the ball back, you're still battling back.
Right. Quick timeout by Dan Rue and EA. Here it is. Oh, it's a sack. Oh, it's a sack.
Yeah, of all the outcomes that can happen, that's not what you want to happen.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor's second sack, and that aggressive call now gives Dan Rue and EA an opportunity to make this a 2-possession game.
Which is the exact opposite of what you wanted to happen in that situation. He held onto the ball for so long. You got to wonder, did the hole close up? Did he just not see the man? Did he not see the wide open man?
I'm also wondering on what that timeout was. I'm not sure what that timeout was, and wasted a lot of possible time saved for JC and Shelton. But they get the stop here, 2nd and 10. No gain there. The Marcus Allen guard's not having a lot of success in this matchup so far.
You got to wonder at that point, what level is that, Marcus Allen?
That's true.
It's a big, especially when you're playing MUT, it has a lot to do with not only the player that you have, but the level of that player.
Yeah.
It's like, the difference between having that's a big sack.
Huge sack there, 2-minute warning. Now 3rd and 21. Maybe that failed 4th down attempt doesn't look so bad if you get the ball back.
So we see the communication between those two. Oh yeah, you can't let that happen.
Sheldon and JC actually called that play out. You could hear him call it out, and no audible, no change by Dan Rune to by Ethan, and that was a massive loss. And I like that. I like that.
4th and 28 situation, gonna punt it away, just under 2 minutes. They still have a chance. They have a chance to score here.
Interesting that Dan Rune didn't let this clock run down. There was still 19 seconds left on the.
Oh, that's a nice run back too.
And so with that, you basically got to save a timeout if you're JC and Shelton. But Dan Rue just punned the ball away, a little frustrated after that last play call. And again, just 9 yards, maybe like 10 yards here in field goal range here with, again, getting the ball back.
Now, keep in mind, we've seen a game turn, and the tide of that game turn very quickly.
Very quickly.
So, minute and a half left in the second. Is this the part where the Cinderella story starts becoming written for JC and Sheldon?
We'll find out here. Oh.
Man, that hole's not going to be there. It's not going to be there. I say that now, and it's going to be one of those things where this game is tied up. There's 15 seconds left, and it's going to be the one time.
Yeah, the one time.
That, the blocker somehow falls, and then you just get to run through, and then you run home, and then it's the upset of the day.
Yeah. There's just a lot of bodies flying out from the D line. And again, I always talk about it. The offensive line is probably the second most important piece in Madden that you have to construct. And because there's 5 guys, it's one of the most expensive ones.
Dropping back, all kinds of time to throw to the outside. Couldn't reel it in.
That's just great coverage again by Stephon Gilmore. There's just almost nowhere to drop it in, and very easily could be picked as well. Hit him in the
OBJ?
hands. Yeah, it's OBJ. Hit him in the hands. But then it's just, you have nowhere to go. You're out of bounds.
Yeah, but if you can get your toes down. And that's OBJ. So we've seen some very athletic play out of him. If you're Sheldon, what's going through your head right now? Like, are you thinking you want to get in the end zone, or are you satisfied with a field goal?
Crossbody.
Oh, no! Oh, but you gotta catch that on the run.
The fact that he caught it at all, that looked like a pick. But a little bit of the overplay, right? Someone clicked onto the Kenny Houston card and tried to step in front, but it went over his head. Big catch here. Clock winding down. You're going to get at least 3 no matter what.
You said 3 shots at the end zone.
Oh, yeah. If not more. He goes going back to the patented play here.
Just hearing these two just dissecting what the other team is going to do.
It's been fun.
Gonna do that? Stay in bounds though. You gotta get out of bounds.
Yeah.
You gotta stop the clock. That way you don't have to waste the time out there. Like gaining that extra yard isn't worth burning that time out.
Yeah, there's an angle when you're running these outs or ins where it's parallel to the line. There's an angle at which you can start diagonally turning, but if you turn up, your guy stops all his momentum, and it's really easy for the corner to catch up. It's a very tough thing to do.
So 2nd and 3 situation, just under 30 seconds left on the clock. These guys really want to get on the board here. But not just on the board. They don't want a field goal. These guys want to get in the end zone.
Yeah, and remember, they get the ball back here in the second half. 28 seconds left in this first half. That first quarter went by real quick. The second one taking a lot longer. These guys switched over from checkers to chess, and nice run around the side.
Oh, just short of the first down.
There is a massive
3rd and 1. Now, you got 21 seconds. Now you have no timeouts remaining.
I think you're fine taking a shot here, because even if you take a sack, it takes about 12 seconds to get a play off. But
I mean,
holy cow, that was.
you got to take it. Oh, you got to take a shot in the end zone. You got to spike the ball here.
Yeah, he gets the
there you
spike
go.
off.
So 2nd and 10 situation, 11 seconds. 11 seconds to give you 2 good shots at the end zone.
Not if you take a sack.
This is true. This is true. Well, the first one you really got to get off quickly because you got to give yourself enough time.
Right.
Because you got to get a quick shot off. Hopefully it's a touchdown, but if not, you want to give yourself enough time to get that play. Oh, you're using a lot of time here, throwing off hand. Oh, but gets out of bounds.
Hey, you still have enough. You have time for another play here.
Gets out of bounds. 3rd and
It's
2.
close.
6 seconds.
Because they had 11. That play took 5 seconds, and that was a long play.
Yeah. Oh, really? Just gonna take the 3. Oh, you know.
All right.
Hey, get something. That means so far nobody in the donut shop.
No, nobody in the donut shop.
Everyone has fought brilliantly and said, hey, you know what? Not today. I'm not going to the donut shop today.
And you can see those were the coach's mind. That was a coach's kind of way down the field, and then you realize, hey, you know what? We're putting it to the absolute limit. Let's just go ahead, take the 3 points. We're happy with how it went. Fair catch in the end zone, 2 seconds left. That means there's an opportunity for Mahomes to throw it deep. And to be fair, this is where EA and Dan Rue scored, on a deep ball pattern. There wasn't any pressure coming from JC and Shelton. And it looks like it's just going to be a run. I played it up for nothing.
Yeah, with 2 seconds left. They don't want to risk it here. Oh, there's a hole. There's a big hole. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. I think JC got there with a user tackle.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah. Because otherwise that goes to the house, and that's not how you want to end this first half.
No, that was real close. Good route running by Dan Rue. Again, you get to see the power of guys that know how to run the ball. When they're in possession and they're controlling the player, that it's really, really tough for the others to use the tackle.
Degon, that's so key here in Madden 20. Before it was like, okay, hey, if you're not that good, you can really rely on the computer to do a lot of work for you. Now it's like, no, man, if you don't make those user tackles, you're going to get punished for it every time.
And that was the classic. You would get him close to the player and then click off the defender so that the defender would auto-tackle, but you can't even do that anymore. A lot of broken tackles, and then there's just like that right amount of space. You know, if I'm this close to the defender, I spin here, I got him no matter what. Oh, nowhere to go.
Yeah, you can't get brought down like that in the backfield. Like, we saw a good change in momentum, and then
Yeah, you can see again. No one wants to give up on the outside runs. Just try to get yourself all the way outside, make them happen. It's just not in the cards for these guys.
still, much closer game than I thought it would be. So we're already in the 3rd quarter, only separated by 4 points. Dan Rue feared by almost everyone in this competition, yet, you know, right now nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I think this is a closer skill level match. Again, we talked about JC and Shelton as the only guys to make it, the only other guys to make it to the final, so they have a lot of experience in that. And they're even keeled. We were wondering how are they going to bounce back with that big play from Dan Rue and EA, and they've done pretty great.
Oh, no, not like that. That's not what you want. Dan Rue, the user pick, the juke, spin, around. Dan Rue taking that one to the house, and just like that, it's a 2-possession game, but going the wrong way.
That's the commentator's curse right there.
Yeah.
Talking about the poise, talking about the tactics and the strategy.
Got a little overzealous, though, missing the field goal.
Yeah.
You got to wonder in late game if that missed field goal is going to come back and haunt you.
Still 2 possessions. I still think we're waiting to see JC and Shelton pop off a big one. They haven't had a big play yet on offense. They're able to work their way down the field, but they haven't been able to pop it off yet. 2 possessions means you might run out of time here. So we need to see a little bit more out of JC and Shelton. Again, just a stacked line. Find the open receiver.
Oh, just, what is that, 1st and 19 now? 2nd and 21.
2nd and 21. That one was...
Painful to watch?
That was on JC. That was on JC. The pocket was there. The lineman had great blocking, but he just ran right outside the pocket and in the arms of awaiting Julius Peppers.
2nd 21. You know they got to go to the air. I mean, at this point, the running game's dead.
You don't, and that's why I hope that they don't.
Oh, that hole!
There it is.
The one time it's open.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like you can't give up on the run. It's not 4th quarter yet. You're still halfway through the 3rd.
They go from 2nd and 21 to 3rd and 1.
On a run.
On a running play.
Yeah, that's why you don't give up on the run. Especially when they keep line shifting like that. Nice play.
Oh, they're able to get there. That's a user tackle, too.
And the small thing that EA did there was that he made the line open up at the last second, which makes you think, oh, the hole's in the middle, but then he brings the safety down and closes that gap and makes a very solid user tackle with Kenny Houston. That's just a play by a veteran right there. And it forces the punt. Oh, man. Feels bad.
Feels bad, man. Said, ride or die. It said, those stick skills. Tango asked, where's Snoop? Snoop's getting ready for his matchup in the 2nd round. Snoop Dogg and T-Dap have already made their way into round number 2.
Spanking him. 50 club.
50 club. 50 club.
50 club. Was it 50, 53?
First game ever, GGL making it to, no, not like that. No, you gotta get him down. You gotta get him down.
Strip that ball. Again, you got that opportunity to strip the ball if they make those jukes like that on the second
you
or
gotta
third
wonder,
effort.
did Dan Rue hear the is that why we've seen a shift ever since that
He's
comment?
turning it on. You enraged him. The goddess of rage.
Enraged Dan Rue.
Yeah.
On the Dragon Ball Z scale of power, where does that fall?
Enraged is over 9,000.
He's over 9,000?
Yeah.
He's over 9,000!
All right, taking a peek. Oh,
Dan Rue playing the quarterback position. Big launch, nice catch there. Going to come down for the 1st down. And now this is what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing Dan Rue systematically taking apart his opponents.
yeah, and again, now you're starting to see players overplay, right? They got him on 3rd down. In this case, someone clicked on, who is it? I think JC clicked off the middle linebacker covering that middle zone, wanted to go deep. There's a big gap at 10 yards, easy catch over the middle.
So I like this play from EA. I like this. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. It's wide open. I mean, all right. So now that the play's over, we can go back and look at it. If you watch that, said we had EA wide open, beat his man downfield. If you make that throw, he's going to the house.
Yeah, I agree, but for whatever reason, Sheldon JC wanted that. They wanted him to throw it. They thought that the safety would be able to get over and bait it, but I agree, it looked too far open.
I mean, he looked like he had him beat by 10 yards.
Oh, yeah.
End of the 3rd quarter, going into the 4th. You know, still not an insurmountable lead.
No.
Only 10, but time gonna become a factor very quickly.
Yeah, I think if you hold them to a field goal here, you're good. If they score a touchdown, it's going to be too much. Ooh! Man, they're trying to get the fumbles here.
They want it. They want to knock that ball loose. Because they want to have as much time as possible. Because, one, they need to score quickly. Then they need a turnover on downs. And then another score. So they really don't have time for the clock to keep running the way it's doing now.
Right. Ooh. Hey, man, that's 2 easy stops in a row. 3rd and 7 is no joke. And again, at the 44, you know, it makes it questionable to go for it on 4th down.
But you got to wonder, with Dan Ruby being such a good play caller, he's going to let a lot of that time just keep ticking off the clock. He doesn't want to give you a chance.
You know,
And as we're watching, you're watching that play clock just ticking down. He used a lot of time there. Going to pick up a first.
Short.
May have dove a little early there.
short.
Yeah, 4th and 1 situation. You know what? He's like, hey, I don't want to get my player hurt. Just going to take the dive here. We're confident in the run game. We can pick up one.
You know, you said earlier to me you're giving too much credit. I think that's a little bit too much credit to Dan. I think he would just mess
You think he
it up.
just dove early?
Yeah. However, again, line it up, pound it right up the middle, see what they do here.
Said, or
Or they're going to try to pass.
oh, six! Oh, there it is! Second chance opportunity there. Able to come up with the sack. If he doesn't get the sack, that one's going downfield.
Yeah, that was very close. Again, had the great animation to break it off, but oh man, that was a big one. And I think that's huge. That's huge here.
This is a huge opportunity for JC and Sheldon.
Again, if they can score before even a field goal here before the 2-minute warning, that's gonna be big.
Oh! I think we both saw it. It was there. If you throw that, you know, that alone puts you in field goal range. Said you're not gonna get many opportunities like that. So
I will say JC did a great job staying in the pocket, right? Last time we said, rolling out, roll right into the arms of Julius Pepper. That time, stay in the pocket, just needs to throw the ball earlier. Nice run. Get yourself into a closer 3rd down, back to 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 situation. It's almost like, you know, those first 2 plays didn't happen.
Right.
But they did.
You got 2 more plays. You got to go for it now. They need to get their play and see if they can get a play in before.
Nah, they're going to go for the 2-minute warning. Surprising. Like, you got to take that free timeout that you get. Like,
Yep.
get this one off. Get the
Snap
free.
off? Nope.
Nope, not going to be able to get it off.
Yeah. Now we're starting to see a little bit of that clock management, the dichotomy of having one play caller on one side, one on the other. That one took a little bit too long, and I think you had more than enough time to get a playoff.
You know what? Madden is a game of skill, but it's also a game of coaching. You still got to be very aware of your time management.
Let's keep an eye on it right now. 3rd and 10. Here we go. Here comes the rush. Oh!
Oh, able to bring it down.
That was a good catch. Makes it a much more manageable 4th and 2 rather than another 4th and 10.
4th and 2 situation. But you have to score here. That's the thing. At this point, with as much time as you've let tick off the clock, under 1:45, because you have to score and get the ball back.
Quick snap. Oh, no way. No way.
Yeah, see, that's not going to get it.
Yeah, and they both know. They both know. That might be the dagger.
I was like, will we see them take a knee? No. They're going to try to run it out. Big juke there. Given the opportunity, the ball came out, the fumble was there, but they're not able to recover.
Yeah,
If
see?
you had any hope, it was that moment right there.
Yeah, and again, right, I've touched on it. When you are juking, that's the scariest moment. So I think that was a huge heads-up play there by EA, right? Because running the ball is Dan Rue. He loves doing that spin. He loves doing that juke. But if you get hit in that motion, fumbles pop out.
Yeah, that's the dagger. Remember you said that it wasn't the fumble that was the dagger. It was letting him go into the end zone for 6.
The fumble was the handle.
Yeah, that wasn't, you know what, that wasn't, no, the fumble may have been the dagger. That was the long sword through the center of the chest.
That was it.
That's, what's our next game? That's, you know, that hurt me on the inside.
We starting top or we starting bottom?
We're gonna go back to Elroy.
Yep.
It's gonna be Elroy on the 6. Chad on Dan's side. Ryer Dye said, let's go, Dan. He said you did him dirty.
That's sick.
Killer Instinct says Snoop going all the way.
Hitting it with the GG already.
I mean, a minute and 7 left, 3-possession game. At this point, you can put GGs in the chat.
Rob.
Oh no! Ooh, almost an interception there.
Yeah, that looked rough.
Now you're just trying to pad Dan Rue's stats.
That was a good breakup by the receiver.
And it's not just Dan Rue. EA's holding his weight.
Yeah, no, I think they're a very formidable duo. And again, we got to see a good test here by JC and Coach Shelton. But again, they haven't been able to put it fully together. They've been able to dink and dunk, but no big plays here. And a couple times they had the opportunity. I remember the streets when he took the sack. We both saw him.
Yeah.
Both saw the guy open over the middle.
3rd and 10 situation. I mean, you need the first here. At this point, you're playing for pride. You want to get back in field goal range.
There he is, crossbody. No, he's going to throw to himself. Good pick. Oh,
We're all asking ourselves the same question. JC said, how did he drop it?
Had it, and then just,
Yeah. It's like it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, I think the big play here is when you control the user running a drag across, and then they cut right back. If you have someone with bazooka arm, it's all good. You're able to make that play.
Digon, here's the other thing. I don't think you realize this. So with Dan Rue and EA taking out JC and Shelton, JC and Shelton were the favorites to go to the finals against Elroy and T-Dap. So with them getting knocked out in round 1, that really puts a lot of pressure on SAG and Eric V versus Dan Rue and EA.
Yeah, I mean, I would say whoever called JC and Shelton favorites probably needs a check just because of the way that these other guys have played. However,
I think it was history. It was when you look at who else was in that bracket.
I see.
So you had SAG, who's lost a dog.
Yeah.
You had Eric V, who was a new untested player in the GGL. Then you also had Red Woods and Red Grant. Neither one of them has ever made it to a final. So then in that side of the bracket, the only 2 players to ever face dog in that final and get relatively close were JC and Shelton.
yeah, but we knew that Dan Rue is, he's been the offensive guru, and he's been the one that taught a lot of these guys. So I feel like we knew that this was going to be a battle and basically how this side of the bracket was going to shake out. So I thought this is going to be big here for these 2 guys up against SAG and Eric V. The battle of the E's.
So we'll see. They're putting the gifts in the chat already.
Oh.
They said that fire got extinguished. Sick. Green 412. Green 412 said they already put their money on Taylor Gang.
Ooh.
They said Hitman and Ludi for the win.
I mean, to be fair, they looked good in their match too.
Hey, and just like that, it all is going to come to an end. Congratulations right there, Dan Rue and EA.
Yeah.
Going to move on into round number 2. And we're going to join our on-the-field reporter. We got Bailey on the field right now. She's going to check in with Dan Rue and EA. Bailey, take it away.
There you go. All right, you just got an amazing win. What was the strategy going into it?
Technical difficulty there. Don't worry, because we definitely want to get that interview with Bailey and EA and Dan Rue. So, but real quick, Dion.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we expected out of that game, right?
Yeah, I would say I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, but the fact that we finally had some defensive stops, it was very impressive to see Shelton and JC constantly call out the right play. I think the difference was in execution, but there was a lot more football IQ in the play calling, I think.
You know what? So I think it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real dicey once we get to the SAG versus Eric V.
Yep.
I think that's where it's gonna really shake up. And I'm really interested in this. So now we're gonna see that showdown between Hitman and Ludi versus Elroy and T-Dap. That's gonna be a good match. So round number 2 is really gonna shake things up. And once again, if you guys just joined us, $10,000 on the line. That's big money.
Yeah, I think this might be one of the toughest tests that Elroy Denard Johnson might ever face.
Okay. All right, so I think we're good. All right, so we're gonna try this again. We're gonna check back in with Bailey over there on the field. She's live with EA and Dan Rue, who just came off that amazing win.
All right, EA, Dan Rue just got their amazing win. Just want to know your strategy.
Play team ball and no mistakes.
And simple but easy.
And we're live here. Yes, running the ball was the original thing to do, but off the jump, hit them with the deep ball because they were expecting the run, hit them where they could not see it, Jim. And yes, we are live here at Snoop Dogg Double G's place. If you like to smoke, you can smoke. If you like to drink, you can drink. And if you like the ladies, you see it here, live.
Thanks, he covered that.
Whoa there, Dan Rue. That's,
Easy.
Yeah, I was like, Bailey is very much engaged, the swag you see. And I don't think you're ready for those problems. So, guys, we are hanging out, having a good time. GGL number 6, Madden 20 going down. You guys just saw Dan Rue and EA moving on, going to face off now against Sag and Eric B. And, of course, on the other side of the bracket, we have
Snoop and T-Dap against the Taylor Gang.
boom. Nailed it.
I did it.
Nailed it. He's
Without
in there.
looking. I didn't even look.
He's in
I didn't
there.
even look this time.
Say Hittermain and Ludi. Yo,
What kind of host does this? It sets him up.
the count is like, it's either an alley-oop where it's either an amazing slam.
That was an alley-oop to like a tip that went around the rim a couple times. Went in. It went in. I'll take that.
But you scored.
I'll take
But
we
you
take
scored.
those. We
That's
take
all that
those.
really matters,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, so guys, next up, the next matchup we're gonna see Snoop Dogg, Elroy. Looks like Dan Rue's gonna play back-to-back games.
I think he's up for it. I think
All
he's
right,
all right.
so we're gonna go Dan Rue and EA versus Young Sag, aka the Bully, versus Eric V.
This is a great match. I'm excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is GGL number 6. We're gonna get that matchup set up for you guys. If you guys are not already in the chat, make sure you swing over to Mixer.com, join the chat, join the conversation. Maybe we'll give you guys a shout out. Thank you for hanging out so much. We appreciate it. And once again, big shout out to Steve's Goods. To make sure today, go over to Steve's Goods, use code SNOOP for 25% off all your CBD needs. Also, big shout out. Big shout out.
Yeah.
We had lunch, man. We had
did have lunch.
Big lunch, and it was delicious. Hold on, I had to show you guys the shrimp.
There it is.
Yeah, the shrimp. Weedats came through.
Weedats?
Yo, Weedats came through, the shrimp and the chicken, and it was great. And Next Burger's out there. I didn't have a Next Burger. Did you have a Next Burger?
I'm having it during this break.
All right, yeah, we need some Next Burgers. Next Burgers to the set. And obviously, got to give a shout out to Boss Lady Entertainment. Thank you so much for hosting the GGL here at the compound here in beautiful Inglewood, California. Ladies and gentlemen, this is GGL number 6. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hey, it's your girl Bay, and I am here with Steve of Steve's Goods, and you are the official sponsor for today's event. Tell us what brought you out here.
Hi everyone, Steve with Steve's Goods here. We're a Colorado CBD company. We're out here just to support everything that's going on. We're all big fans of Snoop Dogg, and we're just here to support everyone here with CBD. You know, a lot of the great things you can do with CBD is you can add it in with your THC weed just to help give you more focus. And they're playing games right now, and when you smoke a lot of weeds, it's good to kind of bring you back into focus and bring you back into balance. So we have some samples and edibles here that we're giving out to people, and we're just really seeing what we can do to educate people on CBD.
Awesome. Is there a product that you would like to suggest to anyone buying, and tell them where to follow you, how to get in touch?
Yes, so currently we're about our CBG oil. The CBG oil is an oral tincture, and people can use it, and it really helps with focus. So while they're out there gaming, they can take the oil, and it can just help them focus. You can go on our website, that's stevesgoods.com. Our Instagram is Steve's Goods Online. Facebook is facebook.com/stevesgoodscbd.
Awesome. Make sure you go follow him. Thank you for coming out. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.